welcome to Inquiry into Self. So, having done so much inquiry, what is just obvious for me is that this benevolence that we are doesn't exclude anything. That the car that I drive, the moment it breaks down, the moment that we have a particular tow person, the moment that I end up at the car rental, the moment that I'm arriving late to work and my coworker has reported me to the manager, the moment that the car is assessed, all of those are happening for my benefit. And so what comes out is this love for each of the people that I'm interacting with, because I know they're doing something for me. They may not know it, but I know they're doing something for me. So the guy who comes to get us, that is towing us, I'm grateful to him. And, he's agitated. I don't know why he's agitated, but I'm just grateful to him. And I give him a tip. And then, when I'm getting my car rental and they have a car I do not know how to drive. Turns out. I mean, I did drive it, but I was trying to get the seat into the right position. All I could do was get this massager going. It's a very, very big car. Um, and it costs so much gas. But it was what they had, and I was grateful to the person. I was talking to this car and feeling that, we are working together. There's a benevolence arising out of this car. It got me there safely with no problems really. My coworker, because she had done what was in her integrity, she felt completely, uncompromised. When we got there, we were in great terms with each other. If she had felt like, oh, should I or shouldn't I report Lisa, whatever, she might have felt some compromise, but I knew she had done what she needed to do, and it all worked out. Patients were seen with no delay because there weren't very many patients. Um, you know, there's just this well-being in every interaction I had. And did I have moments of, why did this car break down? Yeah, but the inquiry just arises with it. The inquiry just shows up, and you know, and then it all turned out even better than I would have thought. The tow truck driver knew somebody who would be open on a Saturday and was willing to fix the car on a Saturday. It was incredible. I was able to change out the car to another car 1 hour down the road, which made the final little part easier. There were blessings all along the way. And I wouldn't have seen those blessings had I been doing the why did this happen kind of thing. And so the inquiry is I just cannot say enough how much it's helped me doing it really regularly. It's so great. So the main inquiry that I do is the one that is it true? Can I absolutely know it's true? So I take my judgment, my idea of what should be, and then I check and see, how do I feel? What happens to me in the world when I'm believing this should be different? Just notice the stress in my body, the way I interact with others, the alienation I start creating because I'm alienated within myself. Just notice those things. And then, how would I be without this thought? How would I be without this idea of what should be? Which is really a little bit of a self-righteousness, I would have to say. Every time I think I know what should be, I'm a little self-righteous. So, how would I be without that self-righteousness? And it turns out I always, always will be more curious, always more creative, always more naturally connecting. It's just the first things that arise: creativity, connection, curiosity. Wow. Those are the things I want in any kind of a problem situation. I want to have the most of all three of those: creativity, connection. Really, really helpful. So then I just look, how is an opposite equally true? Just because I can't make the belief go away, it will have to go away on its own. But I just look and see, what are some possible alternative views here? Where is there strength that I'm not seeing? Where is there possibility that I'm not seeing? Where's the compassion available that I'm not seeing? How is this showing me that there are gifts that I'm not seeing? And the biggest gift of all, is it's showing me some little box I'm trying to fit the universe into. The universe is wild and harmonious. Way more wild and way more harmonious than I would ever have dreamed of. So the big thing it's always doing is shattering those boxes that prevent me from appreciating the full wildness and the full harmony. Always that's available. Or I do the three-step inquiry of well-being, compassion. Where's there compassion that I can have for myself or someone else? Just bathe in the compassion. And then attention, just open to alternative perspectives. And then action. How can I, without any attachment, without any investment in outcome, just show up and take the next single step, curious to see what the next thing will be that unfolds? So with any of those, I just find myself in a harmony I never would have expected. I never would have expected. I met 3 people through the car rental process, and I felt their interest, I felt their care, I felt my validation of them, my honoring of them in their profession. The amount of respect, and it was just so obvious. And I don't know how it would have been if I'd been in a different state, but I feel like most likely that carried over into the rest of their day. Just like their caring carried over into the rest of my day. We're all walking each other home, whether we know it or not. Those car rental agents were walking me home. My coworker, the manager who texted me, "Oh, you're not there, what's going on? Are you okay?" And I explained what was going on, and it was great. I felt the care. And when I explained what had happened, they said, "No problem. We really were just concerned about if you were okay." And that was true, right? It's really just this caring. We all enjoy being loving. Every single person enjoys being loving. And when there's an environment where they can feel appreciated, when they can feel honored, it's like the flower gets to blossom. So as I feel the caring, it's what comes out, and it's what I receive, and it's 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 the natural way of being for everything in the world. And we're just making it more and more accessible. It's happening. Whether we are participating or not, it's happening. People have gotten more and more friendly. Patients have gotten more and more caring. People explain what their intentions are more and more authentically. It's just what's happening in the world. So, this harmony is a constant serendipity, and the inquiry, the diligent practice of it is, what has helped me the most. That just, it's just so rich because we really are just this. There's no harm happening, just this. There's no orientation, no hierarchy, just this. And this is more than enough. This is full of love. This is full of benevolence. This is an intricate, innate, unbreakable harmony. So I welcome you to more and more inquiry.